Good evening. We are the University Talkshow. We are driven into conversations that matter the most to the community and the campus society. I am your host, Faith Mwansa, also known as Faith Chichi Fedigo Muntu Abantu na Fibi na Fibi. And today we are excited to have one of the aspiring candidates who's aspiring for Prime Minister. His name is Ken Stasibilo. Ken Stasibilo. How are you? It's nice having you.
I'm good. How are you, madam?
Yeah, do you want to just introduce yourself on a personal level and everything to how are you?
Sure. So my name is Kenisa Sililo, commonly known as Mr. Key Issues. So I was given this name Key Issues because I'm one person that has been solving key issues in the background for students. So basically, I come from a very decent background, from a very decent family, which is in Southern Province, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
All right, so I've got 5 or 6 questions that I want to ask you, or rather interview you on. So my first question is, what personal abilities do you feel like you can give out to the student populace that sets you apart from other candidates?
Yeah. So as I've already said, I'm one person who identifies a problem and finds a solution there and then, minus using the blame game. So through that, I've been doing a lot of work, such that given a position, I can transform this university and change the narrative of what is going on to make Mulungushi great once again.
Okay, so my other question that I have for you is, yes, leadership is inborn, but as you grow up and realize to say you've got the leadership skills in you, we get to have somebody who motivates you. So you being a leader, who motivates you, to come out right now and say, okay, let me take this Prime Minister dinner. Who motivates you?
So my motivation comes from my family,
Okay.
my parents, my dad. Yeah, so my dad would always say failure to solve a problem is not a solution. And when someone identifies a problem, must solve the problem. Either that person is the right person to solve it, or he or she is not. But if the problem is there, anyone can solve it, provided that person has the solution to that problem.
Why now?
Yeah, so basically, these are some of the things, these are some of the key issues these are some of the main asked questions that have come across during my campaign period. So, standing for a position, you see, people are thirsty to stand for a position, not to solve key issues. But I'm one person that has always identified problems. So, in my first year, as well as in my second year, I identified problems, and those problems I was able to provide solutions to the student populace. Hence the name Mr. K Issues, because I solve key issues affecting the students, affecting me as a student as well. So basically, having a position and being a leader are two different things. One can have a position, but that person is not a leader. One can't have a position, but that person is a leader. A leader is someone who is able to provide a solution when there is a key issue affecting the livelihood of a community or students as large.
I think that even draws me to your name, the father of Joseph students, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, inshallah. Yeah, we move on to the next question. As a leader, mostly you find this criticism. Already I've seen some cases have been going on here and there on the WhatsApp, just people complaining. There's criticism that comes with it.
Yeah, indeed.
So you as a leader right now, are you handling those criticism?
Looking at criticism,
Yeah.
so as a leader, you need to pay attention to the criticisms that you are getting from the people.
Okay.
So criticisms have two perspectives. There's the advantage part. There's also the disadvantage part. So when someone criticizes you, you look at that criticism. Is it an advantage part, or it will disadvantage you?
Yeah.
So always we get the two. Whenever there's a criticism, don't just look at the criticism as a criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it. Is there an opportunity that you can use that criticism to come up with a solution to resolve that key issue which has been raised in form of a criticism? So those are key things that we always look into, and always we are very much open to criticism, because a leader will never run away from criticism. A leader is one who gets the criticism and makes that criticism as an opportunity to solve key issues.
It's a safe environment for us, the students and the facility.
Thank you so much for that very important question. So basically, we are all here for education. We are all here to attain skills and to get that paper, so that outside here we can use this education that we will get from here and earn our lives.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are some key issues that I have been working on, and that I will work on once in power. So some of the key issues that I've been working on, minus the position, but because I have the passion to lead, and I'm one person who always solves a solution, who always solves a problem when when there are no people to solve it. So, for instance, I'll give you a very short background. There's this process for HELSB. You know that people apply for HELSB, which is a higher education loans and scholarship board. People apply to get loans from there. And you find that a lot of people sometimes they are left out, not because they are not qualified, but simply because they did not submit the required documents, because maybe they did it in a hurry, or maybe they were not sensitized on how to go about that process. So recently, starting 2023, yeah, during my first year when I came here, so we had a lot of students that were left out on student loans. So when we closed, we spearheaded that. We went as far as media houses. We had to get the permits from the police, so that we can help the students also get the student loans. The same way we got the student loans. That's why we are here. And also the returning students. So recently, that is in 2024, we had a challenge, because the economy was very bad. The country received drought. There was drought in the country. So a lot of students were not able to report to school. So, if you look in the HELSB stakeholder scheme, there's a part where it is written to say a student can change sponsorship. That is from self-sponsorship to government sponsorship. But a lot of people are not sensitized. A lot of people are not aware. So I stood up as someone who is concerned with education, because even the president himself said, education should be given to someone on merit, not because of connections. So we stood up for the students. We did what we could do, and at least we managed to bring more than 300 students. More than 300 students were awarded students. That's to say, the post first year students. Those are the returning students that were already in the system but couldn't afford to continue paying for themselves, and the appealing students. But when you look at that incident, we worked under hardships because we were not in power and things were tough. We could receive calls from different people that were in the union threatening us, because they didn't stand up to provide solutions. But me, because I have the passion, I have the love to help others. I'm one person that has been helped to reach where I am. So when I identify a problem, why shouldn't I help also when I'm here? Because I've been helped.
Yes.
So basically, when you look at it now during this campaign period, you find that some people will go around and start saying, "I know we used to send him to go to help people, know what and what." But hear it from me, we did it because of the love that we have for students. That everyone attains this level of education and lives that life that he or she dreams about.
Not work according to the way or the
They expect.
Yes.
Okay.
So how can you build, rebuild the trust they have lost in the next semester?
Yeah. I'll use the famous saying to say, "There's no smoke without fire."
Yes.
So when you hear students say, you identify the root cause. What exactly are students talking about? What exactly is there? Is there a problem that needs my attention? And if the problem is there, why can I just sit in my room and forget about the same problem?
Yeah.
I, as a leader, am supposed to address that problem. Come out publicly. If it means writing a memo, I should write. Because again, communication is key.
Yeah.
We are suffering now at this institution because of communication. people are not active when it comes to communication. They are just indoors and all that. So you find that when there's a problem and students are just speaking out, instead of addressing the problem, you start also speaking. So as a leader, you need to address problems. You need to provide solutions whenever there's a problem. Even when you in your own capacity you can't, but you need to give information. You need to update the student populace to say, okay, yes, I've heard there's this, but let me talk to the administration. If that issue the only team that can handle that issue is the administration. Me as a leader, I need to say, no, people, I've heard the concerns which are on the ground, and let me talk to the administration, because I'm a leader. I need to be answerable and accountable to the people that I'm leading, because those are the qualities that makes up a great leader. So through that, you find that we'll be able to live in harmony, to live in one accord as students, because I'm also a student. So I can't exclude myself in the name of what is happening here. I'm a student, I understand. So a lot of things that we are facing. So through that, we'll be able to live in a conducive environment as students and as well as union leaders.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, as I've said, you see, this is why I've always said to say information is power. Information is power. Uh, so when someone is not informed, that person lacks power. And why should people vote for me? Because I'm someone who has been informed. I myself am power because I give information. I resolve issues. So to start with, I during the holiday, this previous holiday that we had, which was in December, from December to February, there was a problem that was going on in campus, and that is missing results. So that problem just hit me up while I was in Southern Province in Monzet. You see, students needed my attention because I'm one person who listens and provides solutions. So that's how I came in school. I tried to talk to some of the people that were in the union to accommodate me in campus, but they refused. So what did I do? I rented out a boarding house outside the school so that I can address that issue affecting my fellow students. So we helped out the students to do the submission, and also we were able to do a research and find the cause, because we had a very big number of missing results for the first time ever since this university came into existence. We have more than 500 scripts of missing results. Yeah, so we identified that problem, and we found the problem, and the problem actually is with the system, the Mulungushi system, the Ejuro system. Yeah, so that is the problem. So why should students vote for me? I identified that problem, and I came in here in school. I tried to talk to those people that were in the union. They refused to give me accommodation because for them they thought I was a threat. When we could actually work together and provide solutions, because that was an issue that was affecting everyone. People from the school of NS, natural science, people from business, engineers, all the schools had this issue. But during that time, no one from the leaders in the union came on board, except me and the people that I work with in the background, because I'm one person who addresses and who answers a question when it is asked to me, and I always provide answers regardless of the situation that I am in. And we and also back during the Hillsby thing. So you find that during that same process, when we were doing the Hillsby thing, we could receive threats. I can show you if you want. It's okay. I can show you if you want, but we received threats from the people that were in the union to say what you are doing is illegal. But how can something which is illegal put into written to say change your sponsorship from self to health? They said no, you're not to publicize it, but it is in a written. That's the government. And we all know to say our president is very much in support of education. That is why we have meal allowances, we have book allowances, because this is all because of the love that he has for education. So I'm one person who has been working for things to do with health, for things to do with academics, because at the end of the day, what we are going to go with at home will be the paper,
Yeah.
not any other, not the position because you saved it, you know. So when there's a problem which is academic related,
Mm.
I stand up because I know to say parents outside there
Yeah.
understand differently, find that this person had missing results, and the parents think maybe that person didn't write the exam.
Mm.
And we also know to say, actually, during that same period, is a time when we had a lot of suicide going around, suicides among the students. So that is why I came on board to say, no, let's handle this together, and also let's identify where the problem is. So after identifying the problem, we have solutions, and we can only resolve that problem when we come into power as prime minister. Because I'll make sure that I spearhead that, because if I don't provide a solution to that, one day it will affect me.
True.
So they say if you are not affected, if you are not affected, you are affected.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, that is why people should vote for me. So I have a lot of key issues that I'll make sure I sort out, because I'm Mr. Key Issues. I'm here for key issues to make sure that each student live as a student of Zambia.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the short interview that I had for you with the aspiring